One of the beauties of working at Tarisio is to have the possibility of selling one of the most important violins in terms of what this violin has gone through and what it represents. We've gotten into possession of this violin through a wonderful musician, Edna Michell. She's bigger than life, and she's not only an inspiring musician, but she's a wonderful human being. We couldn't be more excited that she has trusted us here at Tarisio to pass this violin to the next generation. The violin that we're going to be selling, it's an exceptional violin by Guadagnini, made in 1769. It's quite remarkable to have a violin that not only is in pristine condition, but also represents a lot of music history. This violin has seen very important music being played through it. Edna is truly inspiring. She was responsible of commissioning and premiering incredible works by the most legendary composers, Wolfgang Grimm, Xenakis, even Copland. She worked with Copland, Henze, Philip Glass, Steve Reich. The list goes on and on and on.
I was extremely fortunate to have known and have studied with great performers. The influence they had on me was immense.
To talk about Francescatti, to talk about Schering, to talk about Galamian, to talk about Menuhin as friends and mentors is not something that in this day we meet people that have that connection to a past. So almost the violin is the permanent reminder of those values. That's one of the reasons that we're so happy and honored to sell this violin.
When I first saw the Guadagnini, what struck me was its beauty. Its amazing, pristine condition. Really? This violin was made in 1769? Yes, so that was my immediate reaction. And then I played and I heard immediately this clarity of sound which attracted me. Because of these qualities, there was so much I could do technically and musically with it. It enabled me to express myself. The sky was the limit as far as what I could do with it violinistically.
When Edna talks about the clarity and the projection, there's of course a relation of what we see. And the violin still preserves all the edges and the health of the violin that you can see. Just even visually, is translating to the sound that she's describing. There is the lack of cracks. There's almost not a single crack on this violin. The edges of the violin is still being crisp. The corners of the violin is still being intact and crisp. If this was in a collection, you would understand. But this violin has been played and preserved at the same time in this exceptional condition.
I would truly so like to see it in the hands of very gifted young performers, well protected because of its extraordinary pristine condition. It's a wonderful companion and enabled me to do all that I did throughout my professional life.
Knowing Edna, she cares a lot about the young generation. I know that she would love to see this violin being played, not necessarily owned, but being played by a young musician that is going to use the violin as a voice to inspire the world.